Have you ever had an unexpected guest show up for dinner and you needed to whip up something really quick for dessert? Well, here you go. I've got just the thing for you. Rice pudding. We're going old school. You ever been in that situation where somebody popped in on you unexpectedly and you knew they were going to be there through dinner and you had dinner covered, you had something in the fridge you could whip up or the freezer or what have you, but you didn't have dessert covered. And if you have company, you also like to offer a dessert. Well, you're looking around in your fridge and maybe it was the day after you had Chinese or something, and guess what? You have some leftover rice. Easiest thing you can make. One of the most delicious desserts out there. It's something your grandma probably made for you, or your mother. Rice pudding. So today I'm going to show you how to make a quick, easy, delicious rice pudding. So what we have, we're going to start out with a cup and a half. Now I have 2 cups here, but I'm going to do a cup and a half of milk. And to that, I actually change this over here. And to that, I'm going to add a cup and a half of cooked rice. Get that going. I'm going to add 1/3 cup of sugar. And I'm going to add 4 black cardamom pods. I kind of like the Indian flavor. I don't know if you ever had rice pudding at an Indian restaurant, but I just love it. And they always give it to you for free. Isn't that awesome? So, 4 cardamom pods, 1.5 cups of rice, 1.5 cups of milk, and we're going to simmer this. I'm going to actually add probably a pinch of salt. I said 1/3 cup of sugar, didn't I? It's 1/3 cup of sugar, a pinch of salt, and we're going to let that simmer, and we're going to stir it constantly, and we're going to do this for about 15 to 20 minutes. Got about 3 more minutes on this portion of the cooking, and right about now, so I'm going to go ahead and remove these cardamom pods, because like I said, we don't want those left in there. The pudding is looking so creamy, and what we're going to do for our last 2 minutes, I'm going to add 1/3 cup of golden raisins to this. If I can get them out of the container. And with that last remaining 1/2 cup of milk, I added 1 beaten egg, so I'm going to add that mixture to my pudding. And I'm going to cook this for another 2 minutes, at which time then we'll take it off and put our finishing touches on it, which will be just a knob of butter, a tablespoon of butter, and we'll give it a little sprinkle. Actually, I'm going to add a little sprinkling of cinnamon right now, just a sprinkle. Don't want to overpower it, but that's good right there. Stirring constantly. We got about 40 seconds left to go, and then we will wrap this delicious pudding up. So we'll be right back in a few moments, and we'll wrap this up. So here we are at the end. The last thing we got left to do is I have 1 tablespoon of butter I'm going to toss in there, and I'm going to put in a half teaspoon of vanilla. Whoa, a little bit more than I want, so I'm going to cut it short right there. Give this a stir. There's only one last thing we got left to do. But before we do that, so today's shout out is going to be to the all the former members of the USS Simon Lake AS-33, my very first ship. It's been a rough year for us. We watched our ship get scrapped. Many, many memories on that ship, and it was so sad to watch it get towed down to Texas and then have them disassemble the old girl. So, but anyways, shout out to all my Simon Lake crew members, former crew members. This rice pudding is for you. By the way, I used to make this up in the wardroom. I had leftover rice, I was always making rice pudding. Anyways, last thing to do is give this a taste. It smells good. You want to smell that, Lori? You sure? Come on now. It's good. Nice and creamy. I can smell the cardamom. One more. Alrighty. Put this over to the side. And let's give it a taste. Wow. That is fantastic. That's old school there. You can't beat that. And it's simple, it's quick. How many people have leftover rice in their fridges? I'm sure quite a few. And if you don't have leftover rice, you can cook rice from scratch. Just make sure that you have a cup and a half of cooked rice when you're going to make this. You'll be good to go. Anyways, if you like this video, please push the like button, subscribe, and most importantly, share. So until next time, thanks, and we'll see you.